God, episode number 4, the final one. So we've been looking at God's qualities, haven't we? We've got power, wisdom, justice, and of course love. So let's look at justice first, shall we? He says here, God always does what is right. Now, many people may not agree with that, but it says here in Job 34:10, it is unthinkable for the true God to act wickedly, for the Almighty can do no wrong. And that was a man who learnt that from experience. He had a bitter experience where he blamed God for the bad things that were coming on him, and he discovered later that it wasn't true. Someone else was doing the bad things to him. So, also, you see, Almighty God, not like humans, he's not partial. You know, it's not English versus the Germans or the Americans versus the Japanese. He says here, God is not partial. But in every nation, the man that fears him and does what is acceptable to him has his favour. Jesus wasn't partial either. So he also provided us with a conscience. Now the conscience is that little voice that tells us when we're doing something wrong. That is an internal voice. We can suppress it and ignore it and not listen to it, but it's there to protect us, to help us behave in a just manner, whether we be a child or an adult. Love. Now, love is God's superlative quality. 1 John chapter 4 is the chapter on love. And it says that he is love. In fact, love exists because of God's existence. So it's an amazing quality. He says here, do not be anxious over anything, but in everything with prayer and thanksgiving, make your petitions be made known to God. In other words, God is saying, talk to me. Don't pray like they do in the churches. Talk to me. Bring me your problems and I will look after you. I will be tender. He says here, Jehovah is very tender in affection and merciful, like a parent is with their young child. So that's love. Now, the magazine then goes on to sum up, and I'm going to go through this very, very briefly, so it'd be worth downloading your copy and reading this for yourself. Under the section, what has God done? He's created all things for our good. He's provided a written guide, a personal letter to humanity. It's called the Bible. He's guaranteed his purpose by the sun rising every morning. We know it's going to rise, and because that is guaranteed to happen, he says, I make a sworn oath. So he, the creator of the universe, makes a sworn promise, and he promises to do this. He promises to end all wickedness, make the earth a paradise, despite humans trying to ruin it, eradicate sickness and death, which Jesus demonstrated when he was on earth. He's also going to provide a perfect government, a worldwide government, that will have a ruler who really cares, who's got the power to sort things out, and he loves the human race. Someone who's proven and was born as a human. His name is Jesus Christ, and he said to people, pray for thy kingdom come. He pray for God's kingdom to come on earth. And he has been assigned as the king. So that is the promise for the future. But that has paraphrased half this magazine. And I suggest, if you want to, download it, read it for yourself. If you have any questions you want to ask Jehovah's Witnesses, ask them face to face. Alternatively, put the question in Google search and then put jw.org at the end, and it will refer you straight into the Witness website with that specific answer usually. So that's the quickest way of getting an answer to your question. I know you can look at other sources, but And the choice is yours, of course. So thank you very much for taking note of this magazine, which you're going to see in those carts along with other literature that Jehovah's Witnesses offer. Take care, and hopefully you've subscribed already, and I'll speak to you again. Thank you.